don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a direct order. Do it now.
He's been put down, ripped off, cut open. Now, he's unleashed. Unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries, Rebellion Radio.
Well, hello, my brother from another mother. How are you? My sister from another mister. Hello, welcome. My name is Rusty Humphries. And this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by right-wing news. You can see us on LibertyOneTV.com and great Facebook pages. Also, the Rusty Humphries Rebellion podcast. Keep the music on. Monica is from the Bronx on Facebook Live. How you doing, Monica? By the way, you could find the Rusty Humphries podcast any place you get great podcasts, Apple Podcasts or iTunes. And find the Rusty Humphries Rebellion if you would please subscribe to it. The other thing I'm asking you to do, and then we'll get to work, and that is please follow me on your phone on the HearMeOut app. And you can see it. It'll scroll by in just a second. You just download it to your phone, whether it's an Apple or an Android. And there it is, HearMeOut. And you download this app. It doesn't cost anything. And it's like Twitter, but you talk for up to 41 seconds. And I don't trust these social media companies at all. I do trust the HearMeOut app, guys, so that we're going to have an opportunity to be able to communicate should, a certain company decide to shut down free speech. And the shutting down of free speech is happening all around us. We're going to talk about that more in a couple of minutes. Let's do some check-ins. I want to see who you are. There has been some good news today, and I'll share that with you. Make sure you do a couple of things. Thumbs ups. Check in and share the video. Share. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let's get some names in there, and then some good news, and then do the Democrats hate the USA? And I'm talking about the Democrats in D.C. I'm not talking about your grandma or your friend down the street or even a Facebook friend. I think they love America. They've been brainwashed and lied to. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the D.C. dorks, the professional political class who are more interested in their power than they are in our country. All right, Renee is in Wisconsin. George is deplorable from Ohio. Ernest says, God bless. Brian says, what else is new? I'm a 10-plus year veteran who could lose benefits for people who don't even like this country. Dina's in Cleveland, Ohio. Joe is a Portuguese deplorable. David's in North Carolina. Stan is in Las Vegas. He says, keep draining the cesspool. We're trying. We're working very hard. And I know in Nevada, you guys, I lived in Nevada for quite a while. It's a beautiful state. People only think of Las Vegas. And Las Vegas, the thing that most people think of Las Vegas isn't even Las Vegas. It's Clark County. But there is so much energy in Nevada for conservative politics. But all the Californians are moving in, and they're just trying to destroy that state. So we're keeping an eye on that. Ron is a California, recently defected to Arizona. Don't you infect Arizona with liberal politics, all right, Ron? We can't take it here in Arizona. Donna is in Michigan. Kara's there. Steve is there. Hello. West Virginia Mountaineers. Gigi is a Pennsylvania deplorable. Monisa, hey, Rusty, I'm from the Bronx. Michael says maybe they just hate themselves and want everyone else to hate them too. Emma is from down under. All right, we'll get some more of your comments in just a little bit. I don't know if you saw this, but Elon Musk and SpaceX had a launch today. They were thinking they weren't sure if it was going to go up. They weren't sure how it was going to happen, but it has been successful. Let me play you the video that's getting a lot of attention today online because it deserves it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As much as 5 million tons of thrust.
the most powerful rocket launch from U.S. soil since the Apollo days. Falcon Heavy is carrying Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster with a dummy named Starman in it. They'll be orbiting Earth and Mars for the next hundreds of millions of years. The two side boosters safely returned to Cape Canaveral. Today's launch is a major milestone in Musk's goal of sending people to Mars. Share this video. Share it. Thank you very much. CNET did a very good job on that. And you know what? It's a good day. How exciting is that? That we had an important missile launch and the most powerful missile in a long time, and it was done by the private sector. How awesome is that? NASA, they really haven't done much in a long time. They'll say, well, we haven't had the budget, and there's probably something to that. But, I love the fact that, Elon Musk is doing it. And some of the videos I'm seeing is awesome. Give him some thumbs ups and some loves, would you? Elon Musk and the SpaceX today. I want to see some thumbs ups and some hearts. Thumbs and hearts, thumbs and hearts, thumbs and hearts, thumbs and hearts. That's awesome. And it's, I got to tell you, that's a great day. So we should have some positive stuff every once in a while on the show. Let me see some of your comments here. My phone is. Let's see. Cincinnati, Ohio is where George is. Alicia is a proud deplorable. Kara says, share this page, gang. Protect conservative free speech. Dang straight, Kara. Thank you. Let's see. There we go. Any other comments on this one? Pamela is there from Florida. Thank you, Pamela. Deborah is there. Gary's there. Good day again from Australia. Thank you. Federal charges filed against the illegal immigrant suspected of killing the Indianapolis Colts linebacker. Good. Here's what's going on. And I'm disgusted. Representative Paul Kozar gave a speech to the House of Representatives. And what he said was, let me make sure this stops here. Basically what he said was, hey, if, you've got these possible illegal immigrants coming to the State of the Union address, and everybody that checks into the House of Representatives, into the chamber, or goes into a government building like that, especially when the president's there, they got to show ID. And Kozar said, I would like to make sure that they are all legal immigrants. And oh my goodness, the Democrats came out and they wanted to censure him. Let's see here. Congressional Hispanic Caucus Chairwoman Michelle Lujan Grisham of New Mexico introduced a resolution on Tuesday that said Kozar was targeting guests who have been benefited from DACA. Kozar also posted a statement on Twitter today clarifying that he never mentioned DACA or the Dreamers, only that he was talking about illegal immigrants. Now, what do we say? I've been trying to teach you about what is it that the Democrats are using. What is their weapon of choice? What are they doing to get more attention? What are they doing to gain more public sympathy? They are using emotion. Robert says he can't hear me. Well, Robert, everybody else can hear me. Can you hear me, everybody? Robert says he can't hear me. I can hear me. I can hear you. I can see you. All right. What are the Democrats using? They are using emotional terms to try to scare people. or make them feel good, happy, sad, mad, angry, it doesn't matter. But emotional terms are what the American public tend to react to more than facts and figures. And take a look at what this woman said. And, it's all emotional. There's no reason, there's no logic, it's just a bunch of baloney. This cruel, racist, and hateful political stunt is intended to intimidate hopeful and determined dreamers. I'm sorry. This cruel, racist, and hateful political stunt is intended to intimidate hopeful and determined dreamers who are learning, working, and contributing to the country that they love. Gozar, you're so mean. You're so mean, Gozar. How dare you stand up for citizens? You don't have a right. You're too mean. Sorry. I mean, what a load of crap. They have stayed out of trouble, gone to school, paid their taxes, joined the military, started businesses, and continued patriotically to blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's not true. First of all, most of them aren't paying taxes. They're not making enough money. Number two, if they're staying out of trouble, okay, but a lot of them aren't. Join the military. I've heard it's less than 1% of the dreamers ever join the military. So then, anyway, hold on. Let me show you this ad. This is another sad one. It's going to make me cry. Dahlia is a dreamer and a guest of the State of the Union with Representative Lujan Grisham. She recently obtained her master's degree in clinical social work and is a proud dreamer from New Mexico. If my DACA protection were to expire, that would mean I would have to go back to a country that I barely remember. Okay, let's get it out once and for all, okay? I'm sorry your parents broke the law. I'm sorry your parents may have lied to you about your status in America. Your parents were legally responsible for you. Their choices affected your life. Don't be mad at us. Be mad at your parents. Okay? And hey, you got a master's degree. Good for you. That's awesome. How many American students are unable to get into college or get a scholarship or get benefits because the school's full or the scholarships are gone because an illegal immigrant took that? Again, they're not dreamers, they're schemers. They're taking advantage of everybody else, and it is not right. Ann Coulter, who's one of my all-time favorites. She's a good friend. We got to get her on the show. She put out, there's a great video that happened a little while ago, but it's great to remember some of the reasons why we should be concerned about illegal immigration and all of these lies that these dupes in D.C., they're trying to put upon you. We've got to remember what it's about and what the truth is as opposed to the lies that they're trying to spread using their propaganda. Let's take a listen to Ann Coulter with Jorge Ramos on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Before Teddy Kennedy's 1965 Immigration Act, there was more diversity in immigration. Diversity should mean we take an equal number from all the countries in the world. I think that would be a stupid policy, but that would at least be diversity. Still talking. That's not what we're doing now. We are taking 30% of all legal immigrants from Mexico, 60% of all illegal immigrants from Mexico, instead of taking 5% or more from 7 different countries, which was the case before 1965.
Mostly European countries that you want.
We're taking them all from Mexico. Well, okay, but
so your problem is with Mexicans, but not with Europeans.
No, you said what's the matter with diversity. I'm telling you it's not diversity. I'm just getting our facts straight.
So let me just say this at the end.
It is not diversity. It is just changing our culture without checking with the American people into Mexico.
So you think there are way too many immigrants in this country?
It's not only that there are way too many, we're getting immigrants who are immediately going on welfare, who are committing crime. No immigrants should be committing crime.
The majority of immigrants are not terrorists or criminals.
The number should be zero. Why would you invite? Look, we can't do anything about our own underclass. We can't do anything about native criminals. We can do something about people we're inviting into our country. You see every night on MSNBC enthusiasm about, the browning of America, the browning of America. But if I say, I don't like what you've done, that's racist.
No. But don't you think it's better that this is a stronger? Don't you think this is a stronger nation because it's more diverse, more tolerant?
It's not more diverse. It's more Mexican.
Oh, okay. Do you agree with Ann Coulter, or do you think she's being racist? See, here's the thing I know about Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter does her research. Ann Coulter knows what she's talking about. The liberals hate her. One of the reasons why they hate her so much is because all they can do is attack her personally. When you look at her research, it is very well done. And I would suggest you read the book Adios America, because it is frightening. Frightening. What all of these diverse cultures, as they come into America, ill-prepared to live in our culture, and what we have to do to try to make it easier for them to be here. Now, again, I know the Statue of Liberty is pretty, and they give me you're tired and you're weak and you're poor and all that stuff, but that poem is not in the Bill of Rights. That poem is on a statue. It's not law. It's a nice poem. There's a lot of nice poems, but I don't think that we focus on those as laws for our country. Do you? Check in with me, please. Have you shared the video yet? By the way, do me a favor. As I'm teaching you about emotion and dealing with what these Democrats are doing and how they're trying to manipulate you, there's one way you can learn more about it very inexpensively, and it's a quick, fun read. It's called 7 Ways to Win Political Debates with Your Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends, written by yours truly. Get it at Amazon. You can get it at, it's in paperback and Kindle, and the audiobook is on Audible. Anyway, it's a fun book. It's not that big. It's like 100 pages. But not only will you laugh, but you'll also learn how to debate a little bit better and how to think and how the left thinks. And, hey, one of the best debaters in the world, Ben Shapiro, he loves it. There's Scotty Nell Hughes, Stacey Dash. Anyway, again, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates, Your Liberal Family and Friends. Still keep them as family and friends, but written by Rusty Humphries. Available at Amazon. Go get that if you would please. Okay. I want to get back to the FISA. And by the way, I want to say, do you agree with Ann Coulter, or is she racist? Thomas says sharing is caring. That's right. Share this video. Would you share the video to help a child? My child needs food and clothing and shelter too. And if you share this video, maybe she'll be able to eat tomorrow. Do you feel my pain? Okay, sorry. Patricia says, hey, it's been a while since I've watched the show. Always enjoy it when I watch it. Well, thank you, Patricia. Kara thinks Ben Shapiro is the bomb. Yeah. Jason's there. Rusty is brilliant in dealing with liberals in debates without creating ill feelings. Seen it myself for years. Well, thank you, Jason. Brian says Stacey's very cool. Yeah, Stacey Dash is very cool. She's even cooler than you think she would be. Bobby says, you go, Ann. You go, Ann. Let's see over here. James says, old Vincente Fox probably hopes MS-13 come across the border. As much trash as he rants about them. By the way, did you see the latest? What's going on with MS-13? They're taking over jails because they're getting locked up, and they are coming into jails and they are just terrorizing other prisoners. It's really, really bad. These guys, they have no respect for life. And why the Democrats think that this is no big deal. this importation of crime and hate. Oh, every illegal immigrant, you saying they're all criminals and rapists. I'm not saying all of them, dumbass. By the way, that would not be a tip in 7 Ways to Debate Liberal Family and Friends. I'm not saying all of them. But I live in Arizona. I've spent a lot of time on the border. I've been there with Border Patrol agents. And either the Democrats are just naive, or they're stupid, or they're evil liars. And honestly, I think it's a combination of all three, to be honest. I think it's a combination of all three. Ben Swan, you ever seen that guy? He does videos, and I think he works at a TV station in Atlanta, and he does a very good job at investigating stories. This is about a 5-minute piece. Normally I wouldn't run something so long, but Ben does a very good job, and this is breaking down that FISA memo. By the way, it appears that they have voted on the Democrats' FISA memo, and they're going to release that. All the Republicans voted for the release of the Democrats. No Democrat voted for the release of the Republicans. I hope this isn't going to be one of those things where our kindness, we get bit in the ass, but that's very possible. I want you to see this latest on the GOP memo and the real FISA problem with Ben Swan here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Well, Friday, the White House released a controversial memo. It was meant to provide some context to the whole Trump-Russia investigation. The Nunes memo is 4 pages long, and it explains many of what seem to be very questionable actions by the Department of Justice and the FBI and how they got their hands on FISA warrants on Trump campaign officials. But here's the thing. More than just this case. This memo backs up what civil libertarians have been screaming about for years. And it begs this question. Can the FISA court system actually be trusted? Let's give it a reality check you won't get anywhere else.
Reality check, powered by Dash Digital Cash.
Well, first let's start with the Nunes memo. It was long anticipated. So what did it show? Well, the memo focuses in part on the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, warrants that authorize the surveillance of former Trump campaign policy advisor Carter Page. Now, first, the memo claims that on October 21st, 2016, the DOJ and the FBI actually sought and received probable cause orders authorizing electronic surveillance on Page. According to the memo, the FBI and the DOJ obtained 3 FISA warrants and then 3 FISA renewals, all targeting Page. Now, where things start to get really interesting is when you bring in that infamous Trump dossier, which was created by former British spy Christopher Steele on behalf of the DNC and the Clinton campaign. The memo states that neither the initial application for the warrant in October of 2016 or any of the renewals reference the roles of the Democratic National Committee or Hillary Clinton's campaign in funding Steele's efforts. Now, despite the fact that we know that Steele was paid $160,000, and even though the memo states that both the DOJ and the FBI were aware of the Democratic Party funding that dossier. In fact, the memo claims this, that in the Carter Page FISA application, a Yahoo News article was cited extensively. But the memo states that the article did not corroborate the Steele dossier because it was derived from information leaked by Steele himself to Yahoo News. In fact, the memo says that the FISA application incorrectly assesses that Steele did not directly provide information to Yahoo News. Steele has admitted in British court filings that he met with Yahoo News and several other outlets in September 2016 at the direction of Fusion GPS.
Okay, if you like this video, if you agree with this guy, I'll let you see more. You got to share the video, and we need some thumbs ups and hearts. We need Facebook. We need the algorithms to understand that you want to see material like this. You have to do it. It's so important. We have to go around these crummy algorithms that are being put out there. So please, whatever your emotion is, put it up there right now. Watch some more, and let's watch more of Ben Swan's reality check of the FISA memo. Make sure you share the video too.
Claims that before and after Steele was terminated as a source, which, by the way, according to the memo, was because of unauthorized disclosures to the media of his relationship with the FBI, was Steele actually kept in touch with the DOJ through then Associate Deputy Attorney General Bruce Orr. Now, Orr, who worked closely with Yates and Rosenstein, eventually spoke with the FBI about his communications with Steele. In September 2016, Steele apparently told Orr that he was, quote, desperate that Donald Trump not get elected and was passionate about him not being president, end quote. The memo also notes that Orr's wife worked for, guess who? Fusion GPS to help with opposition research against Trump, something the memo claims was, once again, not disclosed. The memo also claims that former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe testified before the House Intelligence Committee in December of 2017 that no surveillance warrant would have been sought without the Steele dossier information. There is, by the way, though, no direct quote from McCabe's behind closed doors testimony. Now, for her part, Democratic House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi told CNN that this memo is all a lie. Listen.
It's not even true. It's not even true. They have made up a memo that isn't even true.
On Monday, the Washington Post reported that the FISA court was aware that some of the information underpinning the warrant request was paid for by a political entity, but that the application did not specifically name the Democratic National Committee or the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign. But there's actually a much larger question here, larger than this memo, larger than the Trump-Russia question. It is a question that civil libertarians have been asking for years. How does anyone in America trust the FISA court system? Syracuse University law professor William Banks points out that it is extremely easy for the government to get any FISA warrant because the burden of proof is so low. And that is evidenced in how often FISA warrants are approved. Look at this. Between 1979 and 2015, FISA courts rejected only 12 of 38,169 requests for surveillance warrants. That means 99.7% of warrant requests have been approved in the 36 years since FISA's inception. In fact, the last time a warrant was rejected was in 2009 when 2 requests were rejected and 1,320 were approved. And that raises another question. Why then, if they actually did, would the FBI leave all this information out of the multiple Carter-Page FISA requests? After all, with 99.7% of all warrants granted, wouldn't the FISA court just say yes here too? If the FBI and the DOJ did admit all this information, is it because the whole thing was so messy and was the basis of the warrant so clearly funded by political enemies that this would have been one of those incredibly rare denials? So what you need to know is that this story is much bigger than just President Trump. If this memo holds up as true, then what does that mean for those who have been charged or arrested under the other 38,000 plus FISA warrants? The president shouldn't be above anyone else. And if transparency is deserved in his case, shouldn't transparency be deserved in all FISA cases? And maybe Congressman Justin Amash, he said it best when he said that if Speaker of the House Paul Ryan and others believe that abuses are occurring in the execution of one section of FISA, then why would they be insisting on reauthorizing another section of FISA that has far greater potential for abuse? If we need to rein in FISA, it should be done for more than just the Russia investigation. That's Reality Check. Let's talk about that tonight on Twitter and Facebook.
All right, great job. That's Ben Swan, and you can find him, like he said, on Facebook and Twitter. He does a great job. There's one other thing. I mean, the FISA court is very important and dangerous. But what I want to know, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, this is what needs to be put out there. This is what needs to be repeated every time your liberal friend comes out and says something and tries to attack you and says there's no there there. The question should be asked, what did Obama know and when did he know it? What did Obama know and when did he know it? What did Obama know and when did he know it? That needs to be repeated over and over and over and over and over, because we cannot allow a president of the United States and his party to interfere and weaponize our federal government against political enemies. Once we do that, our republic is at stake. This cannot be a bigger deal. This is as big a story as anything I can think of when it comes to our political system. And it's another reason why I'm suggesting you and asking you to follow me on the Hear Me Out app. Because the left is convinced that you're so stupid, you are such an idiot, that you have no idea that Russia brainwashed you. You've been brainwashed, and you can't be trusted with information because you're stupid. And so these major social media companies, the one we're on and others, they are going to continue to mess with your newsfeed. By the way, have you noticed how crappy your newsfeed has been the past few days? I have. I'm seeing stuff from people put up 3, 4, 5 days ago. How many times I'm going to see a cat or a puppy today? I don't know. It's shocking. So please follow me on the HearMeOut app so that I can communicate with you should we lose touch. And it is not an idle threat. It is serious. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do is go find LibertyOneTV.com and get acquainted there. There's a lot of great shows. My show's on there. There's a lot of other good people on there as well. And I would really encourage you to go there and get acquainted, maybe sign up. I think they've got some deals going on right now. I don't trust these social media platforms. I don't trust them. I trust HearMeOut. Please follow me in the HearMeOut app. All you have to do is download it and find me, Rusty Humphries, #Rusty. You'll find me. Oh, speaking of brainwashing, let me see if I could find it on here. Hold on. I watched a movie on Amazon. My dad was brainwashed. Here we go. Here we go. I couldn't sleep last night. So I'm watching Amazon. I'm flipping through Amazon Prime, and I see this movie, The Brainwashing of My Dad. Okay? So let's see if they've got the description here. It's on Amazon. It's free, as it should be. Okay. There's a trailer. Awesome. You got to see this, because basically, if you watch Fox News or listen to conservative talk or something like this, you've been brainwashed because you're stupid. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up. Official trailer. Awesome. They got the trailer. Okay, here we go. Let's play it. Here we go. Come on.
In the 1960s, Jen Senko's dad never had a bad word to say about any race or people or person.
Then in the 80s, after my dad discovered talk radio during a long commute to work, he suddenly didn't like black people, poor people, gay people, feminists, Hispanics, and especially Democrats. After he discovered Fox News, they became the enemy.
What happened to Dad?
The great story here, for anybody willing to find it and write about it and explain it, is this vast right-wing conspiracy, but it has not yet been fully revealed to the American public.
By the 70s and the 80s, the media had been taken over by the extreme right.
Homosexual marriage is such a threat to civilization itself.
Fox News came along.
Mass murder committed by immigrants.
God controls the climate. Come on.
Okay, by the way, I mean, this is one of the most slanted, propaganda-filled movies ever. But it's so funny because it hits so close to home. Okay, you got to see more. Okay, hold on. Keep going.
In asking the question, what happened to her dad, it was really like asking what happened to our media. And in asking what happened to our media, it was really like asking what happened to our country.
So, you've been brainwashed because you listen to talk radio and may watch Fox News. Basically, and I love this, and then the right wing took over the media. I don't know what TV network they're watching. I mean, they got Fox sometimes. Watch Shepard Smith. Tell me that guy's a big right winger, right? I mean, but it's hysterical. And the lies of the propaganda, there's one thing they put in there. The heart and soul of this far, vast right-wing conspiracy is the Grover Norquist Wednesday meeting. And then they talk about this evil meeting that Grover Norquist has at the Americans for Tax Reform. Now, I have been to the meeting, okay, and I have heard the secret, that there's these secret meetings and all these, how the right wing is going to take over the world. I've been to like 10 of these meetings, okay? I don't know what these people are talking about. There's nothing secret in it. Here's what happens. About 20 guys, there's about, maybe 100 people in the room. All you got to do is call and ask, hey, can I get in there? And if they look you up and they can figure out who you are, they go, sure, okay. And then 20, then people say, hey, can I speak? And they go, yeah. And then guys like me will go, hey, I'm Rusty Humphries. I got a new book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates, Your Liberal Family and Friends, and it's available on Amazon. Okay, Rusty, next. Hey, I'm Jimmy, and I like this. Okay, next. And this is the meeting that's supposedly taking over America. It's just absolutely crazy. But if you want a good laugh and you want to see, again, how I've been telling you, how Democrats and how the left uses emotion to manipulate you. Well, when the right wing took over talk radio, no, the right wing didn't take over anything. Rush Limbaugh came on and did a good show. And it wasn't as if people were forced to listen. It was that they were woken up and they started going, wait a second, I've been lied to. And the reason her dad's mad is, well, first of all, she's his daughter. I'm kidding. But we've all been woken up and said, wait a second, you guys have been lying to us for generations. And now we know about your lies, and we're not taking it anymore. We're so sick and tired. And then and then the right wing got in and they took over the college campuses. What the hell are you talking about? You can't even get in and speak. Ask Milo Yiannopoulos. They burned down Berkeley just because he wanted to talk. Shauna says right wingers can barely pay for real news. Kara said, brainwashing. So that's what happens when you eat those Tide Pods. Thank you. Sounds like they're describing media influences liberals nowadays. That's right, Mark. Anyway, it's on Amazon Prime. It's free. I didn't get to finish it because I couldn't take it anymore. I could only go so far. I think I got 30, 40 minutes in. But I do encourage you to watch it just for the comic relief. Okay, I'm going to have to end the show with my music video because sometimes we forget why we're trying to stop all this influx of illegal immigrants. It's not that we hate people. It's not that we don't like people of different skin colors. It's we have a right and responsibility to know who's coming into the country and to be able to decide if they're the best and the brightest. We don't want to have criminals come in the country. We don't want diseases coming. I was watching The Godfather. Watched all 3 of them the past couple of days. Godfather 2, Vito Corleone. When he was little, when he came across and came into America, he was quarantined for 3 weeks. We don't have, if you're an illegal immigrant, not doing a lot of quarantining. We don't know what kind of diseases are coming in from around the world. We have a responsibility to our citizens. Also, Vito Corleone, the American people didn't pay for food, clothing, shelter, everything else. So we have a responsibility. And the idea that the Democrats want to give citizenship to anybody, it seems like the only benefit of being a citizen in their country today is that you get to pay more taxes. That's not right. That's not right. So, all right, I'm going to remind you, we're going to close things out with my song, Sneaking Into the USA, here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Okay, so can you help me with this, sir?
Yes, tell me. What?
Okay, so I want to get into the USA. What do I do?
Take this one. I'm going north.
North?
Yes, north.
Going north. Okay, I can do it. Let's go.
Now everybody has this notion. Come to the USA. Don't you worry about money. Stupid Americans pay. Yeah, they'll pay for your health care, kids' education tune. Just sneak across the border and they'll take care of you. Well, they're crossing from Tijuana and California's line, and up in Vancouver, nobody seems to mind. In containers from China, yeah, you can stow away, 'cause everybody is sneaking into the USA. Way down in Guadalajara and from Pakistan, tell your friends you're leaving, then stuff them in your van. They're coming from Afghanistan through San Francisco Bay. Everybody is sneaking into the USA. Well, they're coming from the galleys down Arizona way. Ask the government to stop it, and they just say no way. They're digging big old tunnels, you know they're coming to stay. 'Cause everybody is sneaking into the USA.
Have you shared this video? Have you let people know about the Rusty Humphries Rebellion? We're on every night, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. You can find the podcast at iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Share this video, share this video, share this video. We want the truth to be seen and heard and told.
Everybody is sneaking into the USA. Everybody is sneaking into the USA. I love America. Everybody is sneaking into the USA. Everybody is sneaking to the USA. We gotta get out of here,
Let's go. Okay, so there you go. Sneaking into the USA by yours truly. Make sure you share the video. Let people know what it is we're doing here. We've got to go around these social media giants. They are damaging our nation, our republic, and we have to go around them. We have to get the truth. The truth must be told. Follow me on the HearMeOut app. HearMeOut app. Just download it on your smartphone. It's free. Follow me. You can say stuff too. It's a new platform. It's like Twitter, but it's talking. And it's very good. And it's brand new. And it's one that we can actually have influence on before it becomes big. So please follow me on the HearMeOut app. Okay? Also, please get the book. 7 Ways to Win Political Debates to Your Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends. It is available at Amazon, paperback, Kindle, and Audible. Rusty Humphries Rebellion podcast. That's very important too. Subscribe at iTunes and tell your friends. Give me some thumbs ups. Let's close the show with some love. Give me some thumbs ups and some hearts. Thumbs up, hearts. Make sure you follow us at Liberty One TV, Right Wing News, another great Facebook page, and my Facebook page. Would you please try to find me, Rusty Humphries? I'm in a blue shirt. And like that page and make sure it comes up on your newsfeed, because if you don't tell Facebook to do it, they aren't going to show it to you. That's it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and may God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. I'll see you next time. Tell your friends. Share the video. Share the podcast.